Well, I said I was going to finish this, and I give so much background trying to get people to listen, and my life's just about gone. And I'm 76 next Wednesday, the 7th, as far as I know. So I'm just going to say I was kidnapped and brought to Moulton, Alabama, given the name of a twin, Peggy and Dempsey. I married a Childers. And I've had all these things happen. I wrote a book about mind control. I was in a political campaign to replace one of the doctors I wrote about, Larry McDonald, congressman, head of the John Birch Society, etc., etc., or a member of it. He was head, I believe. But I wrote about murders of Warren and Rosina Matthews that were forensic pathologists at his hospital, Piedmont, and Jean Slocum in a murder. She was shot. She worked for Dr. Hardiman in Piedmont Hospital, and they came in and shot her up against the wall in the Christmas tree, about 76, 77. Anyway, this is part of what I was writing about, and psychiatrists that rape their patients also included. There's a bunch of cases. And my cases, by the way, and I'll give this background, and I won't get to the point I'm trying to make at the moment today. I will say this, I go back to Robertson. Jonas Robertson was a doctor. He was head of psychiatry and law at Emory University in Atlanta. He was one of the few decent, honest men. I'd never met him to my knowledge, but he had written books that were published by Lippincott. And he was kind of pretty famous. And, well, I mean, he was head of law at Emory in psychiatry, and Jimmy Carter came in later and was head of law, I think, was his title. But anyway, he wrote a book before they killed him, and he was murdered, by the way. Absolutely, he was murdered. In his book, The Power of Psychiatry, and it was published not by Lippincott, which I thought odd later when I was able to think, because I had antifreeze put in me and should have died, gone in a coma, a vegetable, a whole bit. But the last chapter of his book, he put in it, The Power of Psychiatry, he put the 10 cases, he listed 10 of my cases, totally. He didn't take credit, he just listed the names of them there, like, wasn't for reference, he actually listed them. And then he was murdered. And my contact was through him and some of was my attorney, Gene Kaiser, former Atlanta district attorney. So I'm going to get to this, the point I'm trying to make now. I'm allergic to chemicals. I don't know what to put on this one now. Trying to give background. My immune system attacks itself, and the minute you smell it, your immune system is under attack. It attacks your body adversely, inflammation, you name it. And over the years, if you're forced to inhale these toxic fumes, your body is slow murder. Is all you can say. It's a way of murder you rather than putting a gun to your head. They just force feed you, control your whereabouts and your living conditions, and they're killing you. Besides, the quality of life is living hell in itself. And then add to all the things that have been done to me that the law, I can't get an attorney. He ups and leaves if I do. And there's nowhere to go with it. I've called the media. In fact, I called Channel 7 the other, not before, I think it was not before last, and I laughed because it's so hideous. You'd start screaming if you didn't. So I'm just going to use this one as an example, if I can get it on without it going off this tape, for whatever good it does me. It puts me in the position of, since I can't call law enforcement, and I've put that on tapes, what happened to me. And I don't want to mention any names during this today. I've put it all on previous tapes. They go in and get stuff, the law enforcement, on people, and they will go along with it. The law enforcement will get where the kids have committed crimes, they've committed crimes, etc., etc., and they'll either drop the charges or lessen them or whatever. So most people find it, the Americans, it's okay to kidnap me. It's not that they doubt it. It's a joke, like the April Fool joke of putting antifreeze in it. Anyway, where I've lived has been controlled, and I've been made to force-fed toxic, breathe toxic fumes. And over the years, it's killed me. I can barely walk. Next week, I'll be 76 years old, as far as I know. And I'm just going to try to get it here. I stayed in the same place 14 months up until March the 3rd, and it was bought out, and I'm not going to mention it. And some remodeling was going to be done. And by the way, this property I'm told that it sits on is worth a bloody fortune. Just the property. But anyway, I had nothing against these people. I'm the person that wanted everybody to have civil rights. My heart was one out to make it better. I was a John Lennon. I thought if people just would. Well, anyway, bless John Lennon. I love him. And he got murdered. How about that? While I worked for the district attorney, that's another one. That was a mind control murder. He was a great man. My point is, people take and take. They come in. This is a piece of the pie, the American pie. They don't give a damn who paid for it. I'll tell you who paid for it, me and my country and the Germans. That's who paid for it. My country paid for it. Me, my hostage, being a hostage of my parents. Ongoing hell. And nobody gives a rat's. I wanted to get to this, so they run me off. If they showed it, I thought while this was going on, they actually put the fumes in there, the air conditioning unit or whatever. You can drill a hole from one place to the other. It doesn't take a great brain. It's just a different mechanism, and law enforcement's involved, and it's just dismissed. I can't get it into court. I'm a hostage. You think they're going to... they try me for crimes, like living in the forest. How's that? When I had nowhere to go. They leave out all this background. But anyway, where I was living for the 14 months where I am today, there's a backside, front side, and it's a courtyard. There is there's breezeways between the, it's all together, but a breezeway that you can go through between the sections of the motel. But there's the back of this apartment to the other one, there's actually a breezeway there, like a hallway you can go through. They put a lot of pipes. I've seen it when they've left the doors open when I was here before. You can't really see through it. It's so dingy and like a dungeon. But the vents, this is old. It's been remodeled, and at one time it was very nice. It has a courtyard, but it has old vents. But anyway, it's easy for somebody. This one's real easy to do. You can walk in there and just plug up something to the vent and blow it through here, and if you turn the air conditioning on, the air conditioning's already rigged. So you got a real hell going on in here. Now that is just a part of what I've gone through, especially since I came here in '86. So I'm back here now. I managed to stay here 14 months. And they came in, and I thought, where is I'm not getting his name. He's, I don't know if he's with ABC. What is his? He comes up with a camera and showing, what would you do? I'm sorry, I can't think of his name. But I thought, where is he right now? Because they did all this ongoing to me. But if you could show them, but see, it's fumes that's associated with it. It's not like where I just was forced to move from, where they actually come in and had all the gear and construction right up at me, in the back of me, in the front of me. The whole place suddenly is under reconstruction. So you can show that. But with what they've done to me, if you get to the maintenance, which is what they've done, and the owners are, I'm a tenant, so they can pretty much do what they want to. If you don't have law, they're doing it. And I've had to breathe, and it's been, I can't explain it. It's hell. You think, maybe tomorrow. I give names about Carl Barton, the retired Virginia State Trooper. His wife said, this is how we move you, with chemicals. They kill me. It's slow killing me. None of this should have happened to me. As of today, from the ongoing slaughter of me.